Importing aerospace equipment to the USA. Welcome to our video on the process of importing aerospace simulation and training equipment. In this video, we'll discuss the different steps involved in importing this type of equipment, as well as the challenges and considerations you'll need to make. We'll also provide you with tips and resources to help you successfully import aerospace simulation and training equipment. The first step in importing aerospace simulation and training equipment is to determine the type of equipment you need. There are a variety of different types of equipment available, each with its own specific features and benefits. Some of the most common types of aerospace simulation and training equipment include flight simulators, ground-based simulators, virtual reality simulators, haptic simulators, augmented reality simulators. Once you've determined the type of equipment you need, you'll need to find a supplier. There are a number of different suppliers of aerospace simulation and training equipment available, both domestic and international. When choosing a supplier, it's important to consider factors such as the quality of the equipment, the price, the delivery time, and the customer service. Once you've found a supplier, you'll need to place an order. When placing an order, it's important to specify the exact type of equipment you need, as well as the quantity and delivery date. The next step is to import the equipment. The import process can be complex and time-consuming, so it's important to be prepared. The first step in the import process is to get an import license. An import license is required for all goods that are imported into the United States. To get an import license, you'll need to submit a completed application form to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP. The application form requires you to provide information about the type of equipment you're importing, the quantity, the value, and the country of origin. Once you have an import license, you can ship the equipment to the United States. The shipping process can take several weeks, depending on the distance and the mode of transportation. When the equipment arrives in the United States, it will be inspected by CBP. The CBP will verify that the equipment is in compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. If the equipment is approved, CBP will release it to you. You will then be responsible for clearing the equipment through customs and paying any applicable duties. There are a number of challenges and considerations you'll need to make when importing aerospace simulation and training equipment. Some of the challenges include the complexity of the import process, the time it takes to import the equipment, the cost of importing the equipment, the risk of damage or loss during shipping. Some of the considerations you'll need to make include the type of equipment you need, the supplier you choose, the delivery date, the import license, the shipping process, the customs clearance process. Here are a few tips and resources to help you successfully import aerospace simulation and training equipment. Do your research and choose a reputable supplier. Get an import license early in the process. Make sure you understand the import process and all applicable laws and regulations. Be prepared for delays. Get insurance to protect yourself against damage or loss during shipping. Importing aerospace simulation and training equipment can be a complex and time-consuming process, but it's also an important part of ensuring that the U.S. aerospace industry has the resources it needs to compete in the global marketplace. By following the tips and resources in this video, you can successfully import aerospace simulation and training equipment and help the U.S. aerospace industry thrive.